What's up, everybody? It is Matt from ElectricAllWheel, and today we have the Lectric XPeak 1.0 step through. And we're going to go ahead and deck this out with all of the fixings. We are going to add the color display, the right-hand vertical thumb throttle. We're going to add a 52-volt battery. It already has the ElectricAllWheel dual battery discharge balancer kit installed, and we're going to put a 52-volt battery inside a bike case Big Daddy rack bag with the side panniers to add a lot more room to this. And then we are going to add a bike case suspension seat post with Cloud 9 seat. We want to get all of this stuff on here and prep this bike for its final hurrah in the video set before we move on and receive the Lectric XPeak 2.0. I know a lot of people have been asking about the possibility of doing accessory add-ons to this bike, and since we are in the middle of it, we would go ahead and deck this thing out. We are also going to be adding Allscape tires, which are pretty awesome, heavy-duty 30 TPI tires to the XPeak, and we are looking forward to that. And then we're going to take this thing out for a test ride. We will leave links for all of the products in the description below, and we appreciate your support utilizing those links to help us keep moving the channel forward, so thank you very much. If you haven't already, give us a like and subscribe on YouTube. It is our primary, and if you're in the area, check out E-Bikes of Tampa Bay, Florida. Get in that Facebook group, make an event, go for a ride with your friends. Here we go. So if you're a fan of the ElectricAllWheel channel, you know that we've already shown you multiple videos on how to install the Allscape tires. So we're going to go ahead and fast forward through this part. Just know that we have the Allscapes 26x4s. We're going to get them on the rear and we're going to get them on the front. When pulling the rear, make sure you undo your motor cable first and get that taken care of. And then your focus is to mind the disc brake and make sure that it fits in the caliper. Make sure you also capture the orientation of your nuts and your washers so that you know exactly how they came off and exactly how they go back on again. All right, now I need to loosen all three of these items up so we can get the orientation on here. I'm going to save my electric end cap, so keep that in mind. So this needs to get scooted over. We'll scoot. We'll take off the horizontal throttle and then we'll scoot the brakes over just a tad. We got the throttle loose. So 27.2, 31.8 millimeter shim, C9 suspension seat. So this is your Cloud 9 setup, and the bike case bump stop suspension seat post, 27.2 millimeter. It's the combo pack, and we'll leave a link for it in the description. All right, now the Big Daddy rack bag. The reason why I'm going to install with the flap here is so that the cable can be pinched by the two zippers. And so I can just insert the battery and then close it up. And I'm going to weave this last strap through the rack. And y'all keep in mind we'd previously installed our dual battery discharge balance kit, so I have a connection ready. And then we have our 52 volt battery. Keep in mind you don't have to use this battery. And honestly, a 48 volt battery is where you want to be unless you're comfortable with this setup. So you guys keep that in mind. That is a make this installation at your own risk. We know it will work, so we are not troubled by it. We will leave a link for all the components. Our battery selection has moved on. The store that we had closed, and we have not made a confirmed relationship and or tested batteries. Make sure you make the right selection. BMS needs to be greater than the controller output, which I believe for this bike is 22 to 24 amps. So a 30 amp BMS will get it done. This is the 40 amp dual battery discharge balance kit. And then you will need to go ahead and buy the battery that you see fit. And then the reason I like this bag so much is because it has these side panniers. So you have a ton of storage. You don't lose it all with the battery, and there's still room inside. Plus you've got whatever you can put on top, and then you can actually take it off. And then you have these side panniers. So there's one here and there's one on the other side. It is a great accessory. All right, so we've got everything hooked up. We have the 52 volt battery in the bike case Big Daddy rack bag. We have the bike case suspension seat post, the Cloud 9 suspension seat. We have our vertical thumb throttle hooked up. And now I am going to get in here and get this display going. And so what we'll do is we're going to go ahead and open up the settings, go to P08, and then make sure, yes, it's already on 100. So this display is unlocked. I think we're good. Let's make sure this thing is running. Perfect. PAS 1, and off we go. So the tires are really quiet. I like that. I can hear ever so slightly that the brakes might need to be adjusted. I can hear the discs like hitting the side, but the tires in comparison to factory are much different. So we're definitely pleased with that. This is showing 17.5 right now, peaked with pedal assist in PAS 3. So we'll be able to check that with GPS overlay, and we'll see how well it goes. Let's go ahead and bump up to 5 and see if we get full speed. I cannot express to you guys how much a difference a suspension seat post makes. So
You know, if you're ever questioning it, you need to just get on the train. This is where you want to be, especially with a hardtail bike like the XPeak. And then we have the added 52 volt battery in the back, and that's running off the balancer. So I'm sure that that rear weight is having an added effect to the known situation with wobble. But the reality of all of this is keep your hands on the handlebar. Like, I don't, how is that even a thing? You guys are riding these things at 30 miles an hour with freehand, and that just ain't a deal. You guys, that needs to stop. All right, past 5. Let's see where we can go with this. So this is showing 24.5. 25.1. And now we're on throttle only. I think I know what's going on here. I didn't even think to register this. Two, 48, 10, 1, 23. There it is. P06. This is a wheel diameter. I'm gonna go ahead and put this at like 29. Duh. Okay. Now let's see what she does. There it is. Okay. Yeah. Now, yeah. All right. So don't forget to change your wheel diameter. This was set up for an XP 3.0. So when I tested it, I brought over this to the XPeak. I sat there and blindly went through it when I set these settings, and I never did it for you. So here you go. Make sure you do your P08 and then your diameter, which is 6, I believe.
Well, there you have it. We have successfully installed a second 52 volt 20 amp hour battery with the pre-installed ElectricAllWheel dual battery discharge balance kit. Is the 40 amp version. We have also added the M7C2 color display with the ElectricAllWheel vertical thumb throttle, and we have function. We will have seen in the ride video all of the metrics comparing the GPS speed to the display. Don't forget to change your settings to the correct tire diameter. Even though it's a 26-inch wheel, as stated, 26x4, you will need to bump that up to around 29, 28, or 29 to get an accurate readout for your display. The Allscape tires did their job. They're quiet, they're rugged, durable, and heavy duty. We really like them, and we anticipate a long life out of these 30 TPI tires, and they look good too. They make this bike look pretty rugged. Well, I know a lot of you stuck around for some range calculations, so let's just get to that. The original battery is 48 volt, 14 amp hours. So we'll do 48 times 14 and you get 672, and then the second battery is 52 times 20 amp hours, and then that is 1040. We will add 672 to that and you get 1712 watt hours. Now we're going to divide that by 25, and 25 is the Mica-Toll constant, which says it's 25 watt hours per mile ridden at 20 miles an hour throttle only. And you get 68.48 miles out of this combination with the bike case Big Daddy rack bag, the 52-volt battery in the bag, and then you have these pannier bags that pop out of the Big Daddy rack bag, which are awesome. So we really like this combination. The color display sets it apart. And then again, I have to tell you, if you're going to be adding all this range, get yourself a bike case suspension seat post, the bump stop suspension seat post with the 31.8 millimeter shim. So it's the 27.2 millimeters post with the 31.8 millimeter shim. It's sold as a package. You can't miss. It is perfect. Get yourself your preferred seat. We like this Cloud 9 seat with the suspension in it as well. It just makes this package come together and provides a lot of comfort. We're really happy with this. They have come out with the new model of the XPeak. There's the XPeak 2.0. I didn't get to ride it when I was in Arizona, but I'm looking forward to getting my hands on one now that they have been launched. So you guys feast your eyes out on this one. If you like this bike and you have this one and you want to make some additions to it that set it apart, this is the way to go. We will leave links for all of these items in the description below, and we really appreciate you utilizing those links to help us keep this channel going. If you haven't already, give us a like and subscribe on YouTube. It is our primary, and if you're in the area, check out E-Bikes of Tampa Bay, Florida. Get in that Facebook group, make an event, go for a ride with your friends. This video is made before Giving Tuesday. Lectric's going to be donating $250 for every bike purchase on Giving Tuesday to Arizona's children, for children, right? It's one of the charities in the local area, and we really like their style for doing this. They're putting out over $200,000 in donations to charities around the US, and we were fortunate enough to be able to pick one. So we cannot do these things without your support. So keep that in mind. We'll leave links for all of the Lectric products in the description below as well. So your support of Lectric and your support of ElectricAllWheel helps to keep stuff like this going. Thank you very much to Lectric e-bikes for allowing us to be a part of this great opportunity on Giving Tuesday. We'll talk to you next time.